Yep, session time. So we'll start with Star-Lord. What makes him a good character in this game? First and foremost, he is, I would say he's pretty well-rounded character. He's this current roster, he's essentially like the speedster, or most people would probably call him like Dante, right? Definitely fast. His gunshots are really good. The real magic with that character is his mobility and how he moves around, and like the elemental gun changes. Like elemental gun literally gives him neutral. It gives him neutral. It gives him mix-ups. It gives him like combos. It gives him the ability to counter zone. Like he can do like all the guns. They all do that, right? They all give him something, right? So we'll start with the zoning aspect of it, which is the light gun you get, right? That's the standard gun. That gun is very good for winning projectile wars or just kind of just general like pressure. So you do like your standard pressure string into gunshot and then like delayed light gun, you know, or just do it anyway. Now you do have to reload it, which is important. So you just press the unique button and or unique skill for each character. You press that and you'll reload the gun. And up will give you the light gun again if you get rid of it. So up and unique will give you the gun again. Now right is fire gun. That one I really love the most. I think that's probably his best gun. All of them are good once again, but I think that's his best gun because it has roughly the durability of the light gun, and it can withstand like projectile trades, which is good because sometimes in neutral you kind of need that. In addition, when you do it in the air, unlike the other guns where they, you know, they're horizontal, when he shoots the fire gun, he shoots it at an angle. So that helps you cover so much on top of his just aerial gunshots. With that, you chain those together, it's really, really good. And what's neat is also if you don't have it, and let's say you go for the aerial gunshot and then you press the reload, they'll reload right there while in midair. So it also gives you his aerial options too, again, if you don't use your double jump. So it's like, it's kind of sick with how you can like use your guns, keep changing your guns and stuff like that. So that's really unique. His down, that is the shield gun where he puts up the rocks. That is really, really good for zoning as well, especially when you're fighting Iron Man. Can tell you from experience right now, I've been playing Trap Lord Huey. You guys have seen me play him on my YouTube. I was thinking, yo, Star-Lord versus Iron Man is looking kind of rough, and I was like, wait a minute, I got the armor gun. Let me get the cover fire. And it's really good because it causes, you know, soft knockdown and it just clears, right? So he can shoot his unibeam and you're just, oh, I'm like undercover, and you still get, you know, really good projectile durability, and you get a soft knockdown. Allows you to call, you don't really need to call your SYS right there, but if you so choose, you can call a SYS or just move forward and advance, try to gain more screen advantage. So that's really unique there in itself. And then there's the back and unique, which will give you the ice gun. This gun, I think people have seen it already on YouTube so far, where like, you know, it freezes you. It is a good gun for trying to potentially set up like mix-up potential for a Star-Lord. I'm gonna probably be the party pooper here and tell you it's only so good for that, which leads into a whole nother topic in itself and like mix-ups in this game. But like, I felt that the ice gun was the weakest. Like, it's still good for what you get off of it in terms of like freezing your opponent and being able to set something up like his grenade. I think that's mostly what you should probably use it for, is to freeze them once you get towards like the later half of your combo meter, right? Because the supers work with the elemental guns too, which is phenomenal, right? So you get a laser beam for the regular gun, for light gun, for the fire gun. On the last hit, it does a flame pillar that launches them up. I think that's the best. I'm telling you, fire is the best one. The rock, I think that one adds extra damage to it as well. We'll leave it at that. It just does extra damage. And then obviously, if you guys seen it before, the ice one just freezes them there in place, and then like that's it. You can't like do anything. Like the combo counter's up, and you can hit them again, but they're just gonna go into a spin state, which can lead to mix-ups, or you can just chunk your grenade. Because his grenade mix-ups, I think, are stronger than the ice. I think you should, basically what I'm trying to say about the mix-up potential for him, some people were, and I should address it anyway, and a lot of people have been looking at like the Sonic Fox mix-up. You're most likely better off using the freeze into the grenade, so that like you're not dealing with other aspects of the game, which again, we'll talk about later. With that being said, yeah, just his elemental guns just do so much for him. So much for him. I had to grit my teeth for this one because I'm not the biggest Kaikisuke fan. But they gave him a slide. And I'm like, all right, I guess we're going to be slipping and sliding like Kisuke's out here. It's fine. It works. It does what it's supposed to do. His grenades and his gunshots, I feel like that's mostly where it's at. I haven't really been utilizing too much of his EX moves and combos, mostly because I've been using his meter for supers. I think I'm kind of in the middle ground of trying to discern what's better between the EX moves and the supers, because I feel like the 100 meter super is really strong. I think that one's really good, and that's for every character across the board. You get a lot of damage off of that, as opposed to the DHC. I feel like DHCs are good too, but that's another topic in itself also. I would say from a combo potential standpoint, he definitely has a lot of potential with like what you can do in terms of getting their elemental guns, going into other things with the elemental guns, etc, etc. Like, the sky's the limit. Like, and I mean, I'm still learning. I felt so far, once again, from a mix-up perspective, that the fire gun just felt better because they're forced to block that. Right, and you're potentially, for the most part, safe away from the wake-up system mechanics, right? So, you know, obviously you can use supers. I believe some supers have invincibility. Gotta double check. I'm not 100% sure, so let me not say that. But, you know, the defensive mechanics of the game, you know, are still there in play. I believe it's light and assist together. They do like the back dodge or whatever. They can like strike you. When you set up that projectile, you're nowhere near them, so they're forced to block and they have to use the guard cancel, and you might not be close enough for them to let that be a thing. And I mean, you don't have to call your SYS. You can do the perfect dodge, the perfect counter, perfect reflect counter, whatever, to kind of stop that too. So you're in a lot of a better position there. Not to mention, I forgot to mention this too, Star-Lord's grenade interacts with his elemental guns too. So there's a lot of like neat tech you can do where you can make it bounce off of, like, for example, in a lot of situations, I was using the grenade on Oki, or mix up if you will, or knockdown, into the fire gun, which is interesting because he lobs it up in the corner and then you shoot the elemental gun downwards and then it bounces up again off of the fireball and then falls down pretty fast on the opponent. So it's pretty interesting how that interacts with, you know, his elemental guns, and it just opens up more doors in terms of how you want to play him. That's why I'm saying, like, he's got way more potential for like his zoning and counter zoning as opposed to just going for just hard body mix-ups like that. And there's still so much to learn. Some of his I can talk about his like his normals and how that stuff works as well. I think his normals are pretty good. His jab is pretty short. His auto combo into the mid hit is pretty strong. Light, because you can whiff it like Dragon Ball Fighters. As of right now, as of this beta, this might change, I'm not sure. I'm gonna cross my fingers that it does. Anyway, his medium buttons are mad good, which I think that's a big thing across the board with this game. A lot of characters' medium buttons are very, very good. Most of that's fine to me. His heavy buttons are okay, but I think his medium buttons and his lights are pretty much where it's at for him. Some of the other buttons don't feel like they have enough range from the heavy's perspective. It can be a little concerning because you have some of the other characters who do have really good heavy buttons, but you can get around it. He does have a pretty nice overhead while charging the heavy button. That's pretty neat too. Otherwise, he's a very annoying speedster that can zone. He has the ability to play extremely flexible. For people who are looking for a really flexible character that has good, you know, zoning, he's a good pick. I don't see Star-Lord, you know, even on full release, and talking about this, I know this is beta. If his current kit stays like this, I don't see him ever falling out of favor with the player base. People will most likely just keep playing him. There might be other characters that might come in that might outshine him, maybe. But I doubt it. I think the way he's designed, he's a good character, and it feels like he's gonna scale with people as they get better. And clearly, I've been playing him like crazy, so you know he's gotta be pretty cool if I'm playing him. Other than that, yeah, that pretty much sums it up for Star-Lord. There's a little bit more I could say, but I need a little bit more time on the game to be able to speak a little bit further. But this will do for now.